Hey guys, Jarek and Mookie here, and I have some more Halo 5 gameplay for you. So
Yes.
Mookie's back. Mookie didn't die or vanish. Whenever someone in the group doesn't talk for a long period of time, people for some reason assume that we fell out or something. No,
No,
I'm
it was
still
nothing
fine
like
with
that.
Mookie. I'm still fine with Arse. I'm still fine with Scruff. All the guys are still around. There's no problem. So, just to
Yeah,
clarify.
I've just been I've just been doing a lot of work lately, and I'm between contracts right now. So expect to see more of me in the future. And my Xbox is eventually going to be fixed soon-ish. So hopefully, you and I will be able to destroy kids in Halo 5 soon.
Or get destroyed, either or.
Oh no, we'll be wrecking.
So, like, out of all the Halo games I play, I definitely have the least amount of confidence in Halo 5, like, as far as my own skill level goes. Mostly just because I just cannot get used to the way this game aims.
The aim is super weird. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm used to it, I guess you could say. But there's
I'm
been a lot
used
of
to it, and I'm
complaints.
still bad at it. Like, I played this game, I probably put, I don't know, 30 hours into the arena alone at this point, like, and I'm still
Yeah.
not used to it.
Yeah, it's super awkward. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know the technicalities. I know there were some changes from the beta, and people are
It
mad
felt
about it.
so fine in the beta. Like, I don't get why they needed to change it. No one complained about the aim in the beta. Why change it?
Who knows? Don't know.
It sounds like just a few very specific people were like, this needs to be changed for me, and then they changed it.
Probably something along those lines.
It's super frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about Halo 5. I thought that guy was on my team and ignored him. I'm going to talk about Halo 5 graphically, because there's a lot of things that people are, for some reason, more angry about than they should be. I, like, understand the things they're saying, but holy crap, people have overreactions to stuff. People are super angry about some of the decisions they've made for Halo 5, especially the animations. Now, I understand their logic behind this, but holy crap, people are, like, going overboard, being like, the game looks entirely like garbage, the game is terrible now purely because the animations. Like, chill out.
Okay, so I am definitely of the opinion that the animation work in this game was not up to the standard set by the other previous games, but aside from the animation work, like graphically the game is really pretty.
There's a lot of small things that drive me just crazy about the game. Like, graphically it looks fine, but there's so many things, like, even just looking at it, there are so many jaggies in this game. Like, everything has these huge blocky black lines around it that look real ugly. And then you have the, I'm going to clarify more of the animations, specifically what I meant. The animations themselves, like on this, especially in the single player on the enemies, actually look really good for some of the enemy animations, as long as you're within 5 feet of them.
Oh yeah, it does seem to like scale down the frame rate the further you get from things.
I am not
It's super
exaggerating
awkward.
when I say this, but if you get farther away from people, they look like 2D Doom sprites.
Yeah.
Like, they look that bad. The easiest way to see this is to go into Warzone and just sit and watch your team slowly run off in the distance. Eventually they'll disappear, because the draw distance is ass too. But the animations get worse and worse, and then they have, like, it's like, it looks like Mario running, where the legs don't even have an animation, they're just one foot suddenly in front of the other one.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I think there's a few key points in the campaign where you can see it as well. I think the level blue team, like the first encounter in there, I seem to recall seeing some of the animation funkiness. So it's hard to say.
It's really, I'm more amused than anything else. I had the assumption that they were going to make it, like, because, you know, Halo 4 looked good, it just ran like ass on the 360.
Yeah,
You know, because the 360 couldn't handle what it was being thrown at. I remember playing numerous games on Valhalla and having the frame rate drop to literally 15 frames a second. Like, that's not an exaggeration either. So I remember things like that happening, but Halo 4 and the Master Chief Collection runs extremely well.
yeah.
It's
I
super
guess-
smooth. So I was under the impression they were basically going to keep the graphics they had there, because for a console game it looks good, actually. Really good.
Yeah, totally.
Thought they were just going to do that, say 60 FPS, 1080p, call it good. But they wanted to push it for some dumb reason, and yeah, it may look good technically better, but the smaller things make it look worse.
Like, how do you mean? The smaller things?
Like all the jaggies everywhere in the animations, like pulling you out of it.
Oh, yeah. It's awkward. Like, there's a lot of little quirks to this game. Like, I want to say Halo 5 is a really, really good, solid game, but there's a lot of little quirks here and there.
As long as you're talking about the multiplayer, I would say it's a really good solid game.
Yeah. Like the campaign is its own story, but
What story?
exactly. But yeah, multiplayer in this game has been extremely polished.
Well, what's in the game anyway?
Yeah. Like the gameplay itself is extremely polished. There's still, as I said, quirks. Like the whole animation thing, you'll definitely see that here and there. I don't want to say it interferes with gameplay too much.
It really doesn't. It's just it interferes with your immersion levels.
Yes.
Like definitely, that's because I can't, like right there, my teammate running away. I can see it, and he's only like, he was like 30 feet away from me. So
dynamically scaling FPS on animations. Let's go.
Yeah. So I don't know. They made some really questionable, odd decisions with Halo 5. Like, it's frustrating because somewhere under there is an amazing game.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Somewhere. But because of all these weird decisions, we just got a good game. A good game depending on what you're talking about within the game.
Yeah, some people would argue it doesn't feel like Halo or some shit like that.
It still feels like Halo to me.
Yeah.
It's just, see, I'm not necessarily a giant fan of all the boosting all over the place and, you know, everything being super quick and all this stuff.
All the movement options.
Yeah, because it's like, I mean, I gotta understand why people want that, but I generally prefer a game to make it, if you messed up, you can get punished really hard.
See, it's this situation where they nerfed sprint to the point where you can't just run away from fights, which is a step in the right direction. But then on top of that, you have things like the Spartan Thrust, which you can just use to escape fights. You can peek out, and if you're getting shot, you can just thrust into a corner and escape fights.
The Spartan Thrust totally sounds like a Halo porn move.
It totally Oh, don't get me started, because I won't stop.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
Okay.
I don't even remember what you were talking about now. That just made me lose my train of thought.
I was talking about escapability in this game. Like,
yeah, it's... like, this is really a person-to-person thing. Mm-hmm. It really depends on how you feel about it. Personally, myself, I prefer... Like, I loved Halo 1 purely because you move so slow. You move like you shit your pants. Like, he has just this huge turd rolling down his armor. Like, that's how you moved in that game. But at the same time, you had weapons that were by far stronger than anything else in any other Halo game. Yeah. So if you were out of position in Halo 1, you weren't going back in position.
Exactly. Like,
but the maps did let you move, too. Like, the maps weren't so open that you'd be screwed, to the exception of some terrible maps like Direlect or something like that.
Oh, Direlect, dude.
Let's not even talk about that map. That map is terrible. Which
it's all about chill out 24/7.
I love chill out so much. Oh, but I'm still under the opinion that the more and more Halo games we get, the worse the maps get.
So the designs in this game, the map designs, they're good, but they don't stand out.
They're small.
There's
way too small. That's the thing that kills me. They have so, like, you can see from one end of the map to the other, and it feels like there is nowhere safe.
True. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of open lines of sight all over the place.
That's the thing that kills me more than anything else, because my playstyle does not fit with that. I understand that's like the pro way to play or whatever, but like that's never how I played, and that's why I like Halo 1, because it doesn't encourage that.
I mean, even if you look at a map like, what was it? Friggin' Damnation from Halo 1. Like, yeah, it was a huge map, and it feels open, but there's still areas that you can go which are blocked off from everything else. There's rooms you can go into, and that kind of stuff. And in this game, there's kind of areas and sometimes rooms, but
every single place that's basically safe to be, you can't stay in because you're just trapped.
Exactly.
And it's not an advantage at all being in that spot anywhere. Like the spawns here, you're pretty much safe in the spawns, but you get nothing out of staying in the spawn and them having a better approach to you. So,
well, I mean, I guess in the case of this map, there's the what are they called? The tree houses, which are the sort of side bases where the plasma repeater spawns, which are kind of advantageable, I guess. Is that a word?
Plasma, you mean storm rifle?
Yeah. Storm rifle, where the storm rifle spawns.
Yeah, the ramps are definitely the safe places to be. That's the most advantaged place in this map. I tend to camp around there a lot with the storm rifle, because if you sit in those corners, no one expects you to be there. You can get so many assassinations that way.
Yeah. Scrubs
people start to learn. Yeah, I mean, when you get a higher level play, that won't happen because people actually start checking.
Mm-hmm.
and not just run through the map without even looking. But yeah, there's some Halo 5. This is a decent gameplay. It was nothing amazing. I thought it was good enough to upload. I started garbage, but whatever. I figured you want to see some more Halo, so have some more Halo.